Ooh-wee. Are we ready to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or shall I say Captain America and the Winter Soldier? What's going on, my peeps? Man Versatile is back with another video, back here to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. See, episode 6 series or season finale, and the series overall. If you guys haven't watched it yet, just know that I will be talking about spoilers, so I will say when I am. And let's get to it. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss my videos. Then we can sit back, chillax, and see what's cracking. Now, let's get into the review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What a season. What a fantastic season. Marvel showed that they are, I guess you could say courageous, but very purposeful with what they were trying to accomplish with this season and with this series overall so far, which was to essentially elevate Falcon from Falcon, Sam Wilson, to Captain America. That's a minor spoiler, but most likely you already knew that. The other thing was pretty much hitting race, going right for the race, for racial division, and really trying to, highlight that through the struggles that we see through the different parties within the show, both with Sam Wilson debating at whether or not to take up the shield as Captain America because of the United States and their relations with black people, of course. But then also the Flag Smashers, Karli Morgenthau, and what that group of refugees were trying to accomplish, post blip, now that a bunch of people became displaced when they came back from reversing Thanos' snap, and border control starting to become real tight and sensitive. So the Flag Smashers were essentially trying to smash flags, separation or segregation, so to speak, in terms of people. And it was to watch that struggle kind of get fast forward towards the end. I wish we had more time, if not another episode. I feel like maybe the episodes probably should have been longer overall. I almost feel like each episode outside of episode 5 probably all should have been like at least an hour. That extra 5 or 6 minutes of build-up over the course of the season, which would have been 30 minutes worth of development for the Flag Smashers, for the Power Broker, and even for John Walker's Captain America, now spoiler again, U.S. agent. I feel like that would have paid off a whole lot more, but because of COVID, that sped things up, cut a lot out from what we was probably supposed to get from each episode, especially the last episode in episode 6. It did feel a little bit rushed, but it also felt very purposeful again. Like it really drove home the point of Sam becoming Cap, and it was an amazing episode. Spoilers now. Cap, I'm calling Sam Cap now. What he could do with the shield, his fighting style is so different now, the way he uses his wings. You could tell he's very bulk now, and hopefully he can slim the suit down a little bit, because he did seem like he was even bigger with the suit on. So hopefully they can adjust that. But him being in that suit, him doing what he was doing, the conversation he had with those politicians in the middle of the street after commotion settled down, was a very needed speech, and I felt like that was more or less a great place to have it given the circumstances. No doubt cameras are all on him and the politicians after saving them, because that's the whole hype situation now, and him being able to give that speech, no doubt he had a ton of eyes looking at him, and that's a speech of trying to pull people together to work on a solution and not trying to separate people. And I think that was really well done, well written by, I think his name is Max Spellman or something like that. But then Sam or Anthony Mackie's performance was amazing. Watching how Bucky and John Walker were sitting in the back listening and paying, being very attentive to the speech. The one thing I think I had a slight issue with is the way they did John Walker in this. At first, it seemed like he was going to come out and actually be a little, crazy, as he's been showing throughout the season, progressively breaking. And when he had a decision to go after Karli Morgenthau or, save the politicians, I feel like the writers should have had him make a wrong decision again, going after Karli Morgenthau, because I think that would have set up his redemption a whole lot better for whatever's next to come for him, especially with Sam's speech. that could have hit John Walker in a way where he could have felt more dejected and guilty for not making the right decision. And then him being U.S. agent has some level of moral redemption for John Walker. So I feel like they should have did that. I wish they would have went that route instead of him almost kind of being a little buddy with Bucky. It was a little strange. It was also nice to see, but it was also a little strange given the current trajectory of John Walker's path. And so, you know, of course, to see him become U.S. agent at the end, him being all happy and thinking he's about to be like this hero again, he doesn't realize or recognize that it's not about to be peaches and cream, so to speak. And so I think that's what they were trying to convey, is he's excited, but it's not as exciting as he thinks. That's why he needed to don black and red as opposed to the, you know, the Shield's colors. So I did like that part at the end with him, you know, donning the U.S. agent outfit. That was cool. That was dope. And with, you know, oh man, I forgot her, Valentina, whatever her name was, you know, her serving her role again in this to really branch out was awesome. Seeing Zemo still have some level of play in this at the end was also pretty interesting. Him living up to being Zemo, having his butler kind of Alfred style, you know, deliver one last punch. Amazing, really good. I really liked that. What else did I like? Bucky was really good in this. Bucky could flex a little bit more in terms of what he could do, and I like that in ways that sometimes it felt like they kind of, if not capped his power level, like he held back or something. And then to watch him, you know, turn around and realize and take Sam's advice and actually looking for atonement, forgiveness for the actions past, and accepting that he was a Winter Soldier. Seeing how that played out, and with him going back to that the band's father that he killed, and to admit that and to claim the Winter Soldier's title, that was very powerful, very tear-jerky. I feel like he will don the White Wolf's name going forward, and maybe we'll get 3 different series, but they're basically a new, like a season 2 and season 3. I would imagine that the next season or series will be Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and then I feel like at the end of that, Winter Soldier will become the White Wolf, and then we'll get a 3rd season or something called, unless it doesn't go into a movie, Captain America and the White Wolf. That'll be dope. So it will be interesting to see what they do with that there. But I'm excited for that nonetheless. Now, the Power Broker, I called it. I wish I was making more of these videos, because I really would have came out and said that a long time ago, that Agent 13 is Sharon Carter is the Power Broker. I mean, it was almost obvious to me that she at least had some level of association with them, but I was claiming that she was the Power Broker because she has all this money in Madripoor. She pops up out of nowhere that takes out that one chick, Selby or whatever, when she was giving them information right before trying to take them out because Sam kind of exposed themselves, gave up their cover, so to speak. She pops up there out of the shadows. She's whooping tail in the you know, Crate's yard, and then she's making a phone calls at the end. We got more than one problem. She was actually concerned when the Power Broker, the doctor scientist guy got killed by Zemo. She seemed overly concerned with that as well. She's popping up weirdly. You know, she sent what's his name to help Carly Morgenthau, the guy from Winter Soldier who Cap just beat real quick. Sent her to help Carly Morgenthau, but really to spy. And then for at the end, for her to officially unveil herself as the Power Broker to Carly Morgenthau. Great. I like that. I actually like that switcheroo. She's so scarred by what the government did, by what Shield and or Hydra essentially ended up doing to her as well. She never got peace from that, which is why she's now the Power Broker. And to see her still get her pardon at the end of this, that Sam said he could help her with, to see her get her pardon, and then for her to still be like, nah, I'm still in this role as the Power Broker, was very interesting to see as well. Will she have some kind of play with Valentina or Contessa, whatever her name is? Will she have some play with the Raft and Thunderbolt Ross if that actually becomes a thing, since they really highlighted the Raft a lot in this series? That remains to be seen, but it's going to be exciting nonetheless. What I like is that Marvel is still being relatively subtle with what they're trying to give us as the future unfolds, because it's very easy for them to hit us over the head with something X-Men related or mutant related. But I think one of the things that we forget is that these shows were written well in advance, like while they were in talks, if not finalizing the Fox, acquisition, thus the X-Men mutant acquisition. So, the fact that we got Scarlet Witch was enough, and that was probably a rewrite to actually write that in. But given that, we actually got the full scope of her powers and all that, that they were banking on something, and so they rather went that way with WandaVision and Scarlet Witch and Wanda Maximoff, and not giving us too much about the Weapon X program and all that. Although that could be the next Captain America movie, there could be another series if we do get an Isaiah Bradley series of him in the past, and then as he's relating these stories, or it could be something like that where he's sitting down talking to Eli, his grandson, about his past. And because Eli maybe has the itch or urge to want to be a hero to some degree, or through Isaiah explaining his story to Eli, and we get the flashbacks, we get Isaiah actually being younger back then with the super serum whooping tail. He's explaining all this to Eli, or Elijah, his grandson, and then by the end of that series, whether or not the Weapon X program or the weapons program gets mentioned, that's what drives Elijah, or Eli, maybe Eli for short. That's what drives him to become Patriot with the Young Avengers. It could be something like that. Yo, Marvel, if y'all see this, y'all want slime me a little credit for that, you know what I'm saying? Slime me a little credit, you know what I'm saying? But that would be dope. That would be nice. I mean, it has been, I guess, confirmed or announced that there is another Captain America movie centered around, I'm sure, Sam Wilson being Cap. And we'll find out if Steve Rogers is dead or not, because I don't think he is. I think he's presumed dead, or faking his death so he can live peacefully and not be bothered. I think he's very much so still alive, because it's Cap at the end of the day, old man Cap. So that's also interesting to see. But we got Loki coming up next. It's just, the series was good overall. I feel like they really hammered home Sam Wilson's story, Isaiah's story, the way Sam was able to bring Isaiah into the light through the Captain America Museum was really good, and still left him dead. To respect Isaiah Bradley, that was very moving. And then to really help Winter Soldier or Bucky's story to reach its climax and point, John Walker, they did a very good job there. They could have did better with the Flag Smashers and the Power Brokers, since we didn't get a lot from either one, so to speak. It was actually interesting. Cap's speech he gave to the politicians about Thanos or this young teenage girl. They both was trying to show humanity a way to work together as opposed to alone or separate and segregated. And that's what he used to highlight the errors and decisions that the politicians were using. That's why Thanos essentially wanted to do what he did. When you look at Titan got it destroyed because they didn't listen to Thanos. Thanos went a little extreme with his, and thus snapped half of all population away unbiased. Carly Morgenthau essentially kind of did the same thing, trying to be nice or generous, so to speak, trying to give to the poor essentially. And then when that wasn't working, and now they're being deemed as terrorists, well, she's like, well, let's turn up the flames and be terrorists then, and went extreme with what she was trying to do, thus trying to take out the politicians. So both sides were trying to show people the same thing, which was, to listen to each other essentially. And to have Cap give that speech, man, it was really good. So that was my thoughts on Captain America and the Winter Soldier, because that's what we got at the end, in terms of post-credit. It didn't say will return, but we know they will. Let me know your thoughts down. If you liked it, did you not like it? What stood out to you? What could they have done better in your opinion in terms of the series? What are you looking forward to? Are we hyped for Loki? I know we got a month to go before we get to Loki at the time of recording this video, because I'm recording this the day after watching episode 6, which is April 24th. We don't get Loki till June 11th. May, we're getting Star Wars: The Bad Batch, which is going to be exciting to watch. So let me know down in the comment section below what's going on in you guys' noggin. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so we know that's my videos. Then we can sit back and see what's cracking. But your man Versatile signing out, and until the next video, wait for it.